Hello everyone, I am Miss Appleby. I think I've spoken to most of you, but this is the long-awaited video for databases and works cited. Okay, so first I think everyone was able to follow my written directions on how to get to the databases, but just in case, you're going to start at UAPTC's website, click on My Apps. My apps look a little different because I've rearranged them, which you can do, by the way. But they are going to be in alphabetical order at first, so you're just going to scroll down to Library Databases and click on it. So that brings up A to Z, all the databases that the UAPTC offers for y'all to use. These are really good for research purposes. There's all kinds of stuff. You can see there's food, there's a COVID one, coronavirus research database down here, health database, all kinds of databases for y'all to research and use. So the most popular, well, okay, my preferred are going to be ProQuest, JSTOR, and then the Opposing Viewpoints website. So I'll show you those. ProQuest looks like this, and this is good for, this looks at over 23 databases, so this is good for a wide range of topics. JSTOR is good for things that are related to history or social sciences like psychology, that kind of thing. And then my most favorite database, if you click on the O, is this Opposing Viewpoints in Context. You can browse issues, you can search issues. There's a wide range of topics on this one as well. So I'm going to show you how to set up your works cited page. So let's say my topic is global warming. Oops. So I'm going to search global warming and I'm going to find my topics that I want, or my sources that I want. So you can look at journals, book chapters, research reports, there's audio, video, images on all of these. There's going to be all of those different things on all of these. So let's say I want this source and I want this one, and I also, let's say I want a video. I want to include a video. Okay, let's go with this one. Now all of these the databases will cite your sources for you. So for example, on Gale in Context, I want to use this one. I can come over here to the right and see where it says Cite. I click on that, make sure MLA is selected, and then I can just copy and paste this onto my works cited page. On ProQuest, excuse me, sorry, I had to mute y'all so I could sneeze. On ProQuest, also in the top right hand corner, we're going to click Cite, make sure that it's MLA, and that's our citation that we can copy and paste into our works cited page. Again, a works cited page is just a list of all the sources you used in your arguing essay to make your point. So anytime you get information from anywhere other than your own brain, even if you just Google something, you have to cite that information, because if you don't, it's considered plagiarism. I'm sure Dr. Fairfield has been over this with y'all, but just so I know that I said it. Okay, and then on JSTOR, again on the right side, MLA is the one that we want to make sure we get. Okay, now setting up a works cited page. Let me show you, we have all our sources. Let me show you how to set one up. So first, you want to make sure you're in Times New Roman, font size 12, all of that good stuff. Oh, I did notice on some, I was going back and looking at other essays that y'all had done. Several of you are having issues with putting in page numbers, so I'm going to show you how to put in page numbers on Word. the MLA formatted way. So if you're using Google Docs, you may want to look up on YouTube how to do it. This is just how to do it in Word. So you're going to go to Insert, and then over here on the right, kind of in the middle towards the right, is going to be Page Number. When you click on that, it brings up all of these options about places you can put your page number. You want to make sure that you are top of page on the right side. So plain number 3, click on that. Then you are going to type your last name in front of the page number, hit space, and then double click away from it. And there you have your page number. So this is your works cited page, is your last page of your essay. So this is our essay right here. We're writing, and then at the end of page 2 we get to our conclusion. So we're going to click on down into page 3. This is going to be our works cited page. This is the last page of our essay. First things first, we want to center a title. Your title is going to be Works Cited. And then you're going to hit enter and re-left align your cursor. So now I'm going to go get my sources, okay? So here's this one. Copy, Control C, back to my Word document. Paste, Control V. Enter. We'll worry about formatting in a minute. Get our next one. Highlight it. Control C to copy. Back to our Word document. Control V to paste. Hit enter, and then one more. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. Okay, so first things first with a works cited page, we want to make sure that it is in alphabetical order. So this one already is D and then F and then O. And if it wasn't, if like this was in between these, O needs to be at the bottom, obviously. If we had someone had one that started with an A, that would be above at the very top. So on and so forth. We know how alphabetical order works. Then we want to do a hanging indentation. So how we do that is we highlight all of our sources, and then we go up here to the home button, and then we look down at the bottom for paragraph. And in that paragraph section, you're going to click on this little box with an arrow in the right-hand corner. That brings up your paragraph settings. In paragraph settings, underneath this indentation headline, you're going to go to Special and change this drop-down menu to Hanging. It should automatically populate 0.5, but if it doesn't, just change that. And then you're going to hit OK. And that's the hanging indentation. Last thing you want to do is just make sure that it is double spaced like the rest of your essay should be, and that's how you complete your works cited page. Now, what if you come across an article that that the database doesn't cite, or Dr. Fairfield has said that in the assignment sheet that all of your sources need to come from the database from this essay, but let's say you're writing an essay for another class and you're using a book or a website. How do you know how to cite those? That is where the Al Purdue link that I posted in week 11, comes in handy. So on week 11, if you go to the MLA Formatting Style Guide, if you look over here on the left, this shows you how to do MLA works cited page basic formats, works cited page books, how to cite periodicals, how to cite electronic sources, other common sources, that's like images, paintings, songs, albums, Instagram posts, all of that is in other common sources. But let's say we wanted to cite from like ProQuest, and we picked an academic journal, and for whatever, or this is Gale, I'm sorry. So we picked this academic journal, but for whatever reason, Gale wouldn't cite it for us. So we're like, okay, how do we do this? So we go to Al Purdue. It's an electronic source, right? So we're going to go here. Now, let's see. We need to know, this is all basic information. And then you get to like citing an entire website. We don't want to cite an entire website. We're not citing the entirety of ProQuest or Gale. So let's see, publisher, document type, it's a report. Okay. And this is a Gale in context, opposing viewpoints, JSTOR, ProQuest, all of those databases you are going to consider online scholarly journal. So you're going to scroll down, an article in an online scholarly journal. That's what you want to cite for if you find any in the databases. So you're just going to follow this format exactly, okay? So for all online scholarly journals, provide the author's names, the article names in quotations, the title of the publication in italics. See, it tells you how to do it step by step. And then on these, it gives you all of that information you need. It gives you the author's name, the date it was published, where it was published, the volume and issue number, the publisher. It gives you the length, and it gives you the DOI, all of which you need to cite a source from an online scholarly journal. Now, if you wanted to do like a book, click on this, MLA Works Cited Page Books. These are changes in the new edition, so you don't have to worry about that. This is the general format for how to cite anything. Basic book format tells you how to do that right here. Tells you how to cite a book with more than one author, 2 or more books by the same author, books with no author. So this tells you all about how to cite different types of books. And like I said earlier, other common sources, interviews, personal interviews, print or broadcast interviews, speeches, paintings, photographs, this is songs and albums. Like I said, this is all kinds of stuff. This is how to cite everything from Instagram posts to YouTube videos to articles in an online scholarly journal. Al Purdue will tell you how to cite everything under the sun. So if you need anything, need to know how to cite anything, this is where you would need to come. Okay. So today, your outline is due. If you've already submitted your outline and maybe your Works Cited page doesn't look exactly like this, don't worry about it. I'm not going to take off points if it doesn't look like this. You're just going to get credit for doing the outline, so no worries about that. So outline is due by midnight tonight. This week, so you're going to turn in your outline tonight. I'm going to look at it first thing in the morning. I'm going to give you some feedback and grade those. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start your first draft for this arguing essay. And that's going to be due next Monday at midnight. So you're going to turn in your outline tonight. I'm going to give you feedback on that. And then once you get the feedback, you're going to start writing your first draft for the arguing essay. You'll turn that in. Again, it is due by next Monday, 4/21 by midnight. And then I'll disperse those out and we'll do peer review the next week, 4/21. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, interpretive dance, please do not hesitate to email me or call me if it is an emergency. I'm available to help you as needed. I'm also available to meet if you need to meet me to go over some stuff in person. That's fine as well. Just let me know. Reach out to me. Let me know what you need. I'm more than happy to help you. I hope you'll have a good week and stay safe and be kind.